My name is Mikhail Silantyev, and I'm the kind of journalist who chases stories that science writes off as instrument errors or mass hallucinations. For 30 years, I've tracked the echoes of events like the Tunguska explosion, and my work has drawn letters from geologists, hunters, and elders across Siberia. They all describe the same strange details: an eerie silence before a flash, animals staring at the sky, and trees felled in perfect radial patterns, but never a crater. In September 2002, a radio message reached our editorial office from a geological survey unit near the town of Bodebo. It was urgent. "Last night a light appeared in the sky," it said. "No roar, no trail." After a minute, a deep thud, like a mountain settling. Our instruments recorded a gamma-ray spike. The emergency ministry told us it was just a meteor and to forget it. We haven't forgotten. Send the one who listens to the forest. The one who listens to the forest. I'd heard those words before, decades ago, from an old Tunguska witness. This wasn't a coincidence. It was a call to action. 2 days later, I was on a cargo plane, my ticket paid for, with 10 sacks of sugar and a bottle of spirits. By October 4th, I was at the geologist's camp, notebook in hand, because the truth doesn't wait, especially not in the vast, silent taiga. So, what happened? On September 25, 2002, at around 2 in the morning, a massive airburst event occurred over the upper Vitim River. The energy released was estimated by the Institute of Applied Physics in Moscow to be around 1,000 tons of TNT. Let that sink in, 1,000 tons. That's comparable to a small tactical nuclear weapon. Yet there was no mushroom cloud, no widespread panic, no radiation warning. Just a flash of light and a muffled boom. The explosion happened high in the atmosphere, about 25 to 30 kilometers up. It left no crater, and to this day, not a single fragment has ever been officially found. Mainstream science quickly labeled it a minor Tunguska event and blamed a small meteoroid. It's a convenient explanation, isn't it? Give it a name, file it away, and move on. But the witness accounts and the physical evidence tell a completely different story, one that raises questions this simple explanation just can't answer. Let's look at the facts. The geological team, stationed 150 kilometers away from ground zero, reported this: the sky lit up brighter than a full moon. The glow lasted for about 10 seconds. Then came a deep thud, as if the earth itself sighed. That's a powerful event, but strangely contained. Now, consider the testimony of Simeon Amrin, a local Ewenki hunter I spoke with. He said, "I didn't see a sphere. I saw something elongated, like a teepee. It wasn't falling, it was dissolving." Then silence. The forest fell quiet. Even the wolves didn't howl for 3 days. Think about that. The wolves went silent for 3 days. These are creatures finely tuned to their environment. They don't just stop howling without a very good reason. And not one single witness, not one described the fiery trail that a cosmic body always creates, as it tears through our atmosphere. Instead, they all described a gradual brightening, as if a giant lamp had been slowly turned on in the sky. A month after the event, a scientific expedition from Irkutsk surveyed the area. Their findings were baffling. They found no micrometeorites, no traces of iron, nickel, or cobalt, the typical calling cards of a meteor. But what they did find was far more startling: anomalous levels of strontium-90 and cesium-137 in the soil and moss. These radioactive isotopes were present in concentrations that didn't match the fallout from Cold War nuclear tests. The scientists' official conclusion was possibly the decay of an unknown isotope. But if this was a meteor, where did the radioactivity come from? Based on the evidence and the eyewitness accounts, I believe we need to consider an alternative theory. What if, over the Vitim River that night, there wasn't a rock from space, but a technical device? Perhaps something from the same series as the object that appeared over Tunguska in 1908. It wasn't falling out of control. It was descending quietly, perhaps monitoring the area after recent logging and gold mining operations. For some unknown reason, its power system failed. Maybe it interacted with the Earth's unique magnetic field near the Stanovoy mountain range. But it didn't explode in the conventional sense. It disintegrated. Its very structure, perhaps based on plasma or quantum principles we don't yet understand, simply dissolved into pure energy without a violent shockwave. This reconstruction explains everything the meteoroid theory can't. It explains the absence of a crater and the lack of any debris. It accounts for the unique ionization signature recorded by the geologist's instruments. It even explains the strange, silent behavior of the wildlife. A conventional meteoroid always leaves a visible trail, detectable for hundreds of kilometers. But here, we only have reports of a localized glow. A meteoroid doesn't produce artificial radioisotopes, unless it was a nuclear-powered satellite, and no nation reported losing one. And most importantly, the object's behavior dissolving instead of detonating is inconsistent with any known natural phenomenon. Now, I'm not claiming a spaceship with little green men flew over Vitim. What I am asserting is that the evidence points to a different kind of event entirely, one that was quiet, non-destructive, and yet left a profound trace on the land and in the memories of those who saw it. While official science dismisses it as a small meteor, the taiga holds its secrets close. The local Iwenki people have their own explanation. They say it was the Leshi, the spirit of the forest, descending from the sky to check if the earth still lives. Journalism doesn't have to believe in spirits, but it absolutely must listen to the people who were there, who saw it with their own eyes. The truth is often found not in the official reports, but in the whispers of the forest. Thank you for watching this investigation to the end. If you, like me, find yourself lying awake at night wondering about the hidden patterns and unspoken truths of our world, please subscribe to the channel. There are so many more mysteries waiting for their moment to be heard. Until next time.